Hello guys, welcome again to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about sexual harassment. So I'm going to be sharing with you my story which happened 4 days ago. So let's begin. Okay guys, I want to first apologize for not sharing content for the past 2 weeks. I just went back to work and my life has been really busy, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to try and put up a video every week, and if I can, 2 videos. Okay, I'm going to be doing my makeup because I'm getting ready to go to work, and then we can go ahead and talk about sexual harassment. First, I'm going to cleanse my face. So I put some face mask on my face. It's over there, and then I washed it off and rinsed my face because there was turmeric. I didn't want my face to turn up yellow, so I'm going to cleanse my face. I was on Facebook, and I saw a post that said sexual harassment in public transport in Ghana, Chocho. There was a recent case where a woman complained that she was in a trosky, and then a driver's mates harassed her and nobody in the car said anything, and that's really crazy because these things happen a lot, but nobody kind of cares about it. And I think we should start caring. Imagine your sister is in a taxi and then the driver decides to touch her without her permission and all that. That's so unfair. This is exactly what happened to me 4 days ago. I went out for the first time to see a friend, okay, and then on my way, actually I picked the train, okay, I used the subway, and then when I got out at the last stop, I need to pick a taxi to the place because it's far. Okay, so I picked this taxi and I was in the taxi with the driver, and we drove about 3 minutes without talking, because usually the drivers, they don't speak English. I cannot speak Chinese, so we drive in silence. But at some point the driver just asked me, oh, what are you going to do at where you're going, because it was quite far. I told him I was going to see a friend, and then he asked me, oh, is it your boyfriend or girlfriend, something like that, nampanyo, new panyo or something like that. And I said, oh, he's not my boyfriend, he's just my friend, panyo. Once I said the person was just my friend, he went ahead and said this, he did this, okay, which means that I and him can be boyfriends and girlfriends, and I laughed it off. I said no. So he kept saying a bunch of things. Most of them I didn't understand, some of them I did understand. Literally, he was saying, oh, you and I could be boyfriend, girlfriend, and then I said, oh no, I don't want. He said, okay, then he'll keep quiet and keep on driving. Then after a few seconds, he started saying things like, oh, your boobs are small, he said he wants big boobs. So he went on to say, oh, I like big boobs. And I said, okay, big boobs are are the thing, it's great, you should get a woman with big boobs, And I said, yes. And he started saying, oh, my hips are big, da. Do you know what he went ahead to do? He went ahead to touch my thigh, and I was like, no, buhao, like, not good, you cannot touch me like that. It's not right. He said, oh, and he started rubbing his hand. I was pushing his hand, but he kept doing that. I said, no, push on. And then he stopped, and after he drove off like 1 minute without saying anything, like he was thinking of what to do next, and where I was going to was far. I didn't know anywhere around that side. I just knew my bus stop, okay, because the person I was going to visit sent me a picture of where I would get off and everything. I can probably just find another taxi, but it was like the outskirts are just trees, and their buildings are all right, but no people. You cannot see people along the road. He kept on driving, and for 1 minute, I don't know what he was thinking. He rubbed his hand on his thigh, indicating that I should touch his thigh and rub my hand on his thigh. I was like, what? I said, no, wabusha. I kept saying wabusha because wabusha means I don't want, okay? So I kept saying wabusha. But he kept, going on and on and on. And he said something and I didn't understand. Okay, at that point I wanted to pretend I don't understand anything that he says. Okay, so he now said, oh, Winshin means WeChat. So I should give him my WeChat. He will send me what he wants to say, and I can translate what he wants to say on WeChat. So he scanned my WeChat and then he sent me a message. He said, oh, are you sure the person you're going to see is your boyfriend? And now I said, oh yes, he's my boyfriend. He said, oh, you lied to me. He said, you lied to me. And I said, it's because I didn't want to say anything. And then he asked me that, because when I was going, it was like almost 7 p.m. because I had something to do in downtown. So after doing that, I decided to go to see the friend. And then he said, it's so late, would I go home or would be staying with my boyfriend? And I said, yes, I'll be staying with my boyfriend. And he looked at me some way, like he's trying to say, I and you could be a thing, and now you're going to sleep by someone. Crazy, right? You don't know anyone, you met the person the same day and you feel you can harass the person, I kept saying Wabusha, like I don't know how many times I said it. I would say it every time he starts talking until he keeps quiet, because I didn't really know what he was saying. I could understand just a few, and most of them I could understand. He went on soliciting, so all I could say is Wabusha. And then I was sitting in the car. He kept on driving. He kept on going on and on. I asked him that, isn't he married? Why is he harassing people in the car? Isn't he married? He said, oh no, he's not married, that his wife left him. And I said, why did your wife leave you? He didn't answer that one. So I went on to ask him, do you have kids? He now said, oh, he has kids. He has 2 or something, or 4, I don't remember. The long and short of it is that he kept touching me. I said no. At some point I was sitting in the front. That was my mistake. I should have sat at the back. When there's traffic, he will be looking at, he'll put his head on the steering wheel like this and look at me. I don't know whether taxi drivers in China harass women, but I'm sure it does happen sometimes. And the reason why he could do that to me is because, of course, I'm black, and if anything had happened in China, whilst in his car, there's no way anybody would have believed me, especially because there was no recording or anything. And even if there was any recording, I wouldn't be believed. People say China is safe and all that. Agreed, China is safe in terms of certain things, but as a foreigner, if you're a woman, you go out to the clubs and everything, and someone rapes you, your probability of getting justice is very low. There's probably no way you can get justice. Okay, so I'm going to use this to just get my face and dry. There's probably no way you can get justice if this thing happens to you, in my head. And it was getting dark, because the journey was about 50 something minutes. Okay, and when I sat in the car, it was almost 7, and I was getting scared. And the place that we were going had more trees than buildings, so I was getting scared at a point. That what if this guy stops somewhere and then harasses me in the car? Where would I run to? He kept on going and going. We can be together, kiss you. He said all sorts of things. He said all sorts of things, pointing to my tie and all that. And that day I was wearing skinnies and a t-shirt. It's not like I was wearing something very revealing, So obviously what attracted him was my hips, After he went off the breast, oh, your breast is small, he went on to say hips. Okay, said, oh, you have big hips. And I said, no, I don't have big hips. It's just normal hips. You haven't seen hips. This is nothing, That's how he kept going and going and going. And then eventually when I got to my destination, he came out of the car, and he was trying to shake my hands, and I didn't want to shake his hands because I felt he was going to do something. So, and moreover, because of the coronavirus, I didn't want to shake his hand. And then he stretched his hand, and I pretended I was going to shake him, and then swerved him just to make a joke. And then when I swerved him, when I was walking off to the gate, he came from behind and hug me from behind. Can you imagine? The problem was that even if I went off and, you know, dissed him in English, he wouldn't understand anything, you know. My face, I was just confused. I was like, what the heck? Like, I couldn't believe it. And I was just looking at him like that, like, what did you just do? And he just smiled and walked off. And I was like, no, this is crazy, you know. But he didn't care. He just walked off, and I just also walked off. In my head, you know, when I got to my friend's house, he was cooking dinner, and I told him, you know, when I was coming, this taxi driver was literally touching me all over, you know. He didn't say anything. He didn't see anything wrong with it. He just laughed it off. And that is the problem, you know. A lot of people laugh off, you know, things like this. When you tell people things like this, they won't believe you, or they would make a joke out of it. A lot of people don't think these things are serious, you know. And the taxi that I picked, I could have you know, made a complaint, but you know, with train stations and mostly airports, at the bus stop, there is a line of taxis parked. Okay, so this is not taxi that you requested on your app or anything. If it was Didi, he wouldn't have done that, because I've not picked any Didi where the driver has made any, you know, sexual suggestions or even said anything about my appearance, you know. But I think that's what he does. He sits in that place because there's no app. He can just do anything to anybody and just get away with it. And I think that's what he was doing. And like I was saying, people don't think or take this thing serious, because they don't feel, oh, after all, the person didn't rape you. Rape shouldn't be the worst. This is how people start before they end up raping other people or sexually, you know, assaulting other people. Imagine I was wearing a skirt, so anything could have happened, because that guy I was scared, you know. I was scared because I knew where I was going, but you know, I was not familiar with where I was going. The driver was familiar with this place. He could have just passed anywhere. Even though I was using my map, he can just say, oh, we are using this road. He could have just passed anywhere and then done anything to me. And I'm in a foreign land, which is China, where the foreigners case doesn't really matter except the Chinese, you know. And they could have done anything to me. He could have done anything to me. And this happens in Churchill, and Churchill has a lot of people, and everybody just looks away. How can we just do that to women and girls, and even boys, you know? If there was a female taxi driver and a boy joined the car, and you know, he had a big boner or something, the taxi driver went on and on about his big boner, it's sexual harassment. The person didn't ask for it. If the person asked for it, fine. That one, it's a mutual sexual encounter that you people are having. But when someone didn't ask for it, people should know the difference between sexual harassment and, you know, shooting your shot. Like one time I was on social media, you know, Facebook as usual, guys will come into your DMs and asking you, are you married? They just want to shoot their shot. Okay, the old me would not answer that question. I'll ask you, what's your business with whether I'm married or not? Moreover, it's in my profile. If you want to know whether I'm married, it's there. Okay, you can go and see whether my profile says married or single. Okay, you come and ask me, are you married? Okay, I changed that behavior because, you know, you might not know who you are talking to. So I usually answer, oh no, I'm not married. Okay, and this guy asked me, are you married? I said no. Before, that guy had come into my DM and asked me, where do you stay? And I said Accra, you know. And then he went off and came another day, asked me the same question. I was angry that, can't you go back to the chat? Why do you keep asking the same questions, you know? And then I decided not to reply, but I took a screenshot of the previous chat and then sent it to him that, Charlie, you've asked me this question before, and I said Accra. It is over there, you know. And then he went on to ask me, are you married? And I said no. Okay. And then he said he just went straight to say, I love you. And I was like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm not interested, you know. And he said, why are you not interested? Why am I not interested? Why am I not interested? What do you mean by why am I not interested? I'm single. And you are shooting your shot. You shot your shot, okay? And I said I'm not interested. Do I have to have a reason why I'm not interested? And I said, boss, do I have to have a reason to not be interested? Can't you just take my no for a no? He now got angry, went off and said, fuck you, blah blah blah. And I, you know what I did? I didn't say anything. I was like, I stopped chatting him and I took a screenshot of everything that he had said and shared it on Facebook on my profile. So just let people know consent. A lot of African men don't know consent. I want you by force. You know, when I posted it, there were guys who were coming into my DM saying, oh, why did you post him, blah blah blah. And I'm like, don't come into my DM and come and ask me. That's what you do to rape victims. Instead of attacking whoever has wronged, you come and be attacking the victim. What did I do wrong? I'm just showing you so you know that there are foolish boys on the internet who don't understand consent. You ask somebody if they are single, the person said yes. You said you love the person, probably going to say, oh, I want to date you. One thing I hate, I don't know you anyway. I've not met you in real life. You want to date me for the way. Guys or girls who do that mostly, they are dating multiple people, you know. They're just talking to several people. And I'm not in the habit of talking to people on social media, you know. I don't have that time. Even in real life, I don't talk to people on phone. Not to talk about talking to you on social media. For what reason? That I'm dating. Waste of my time, you know. So this guy went off and said, oh, fuck you. I then went to, you know, share it on my social media, my status, and I said, you see, a lot of people don't understand consent. I've allowed you to shoot your shot. I said no. You're asking me no. Why no? And I said I don't have any reason. I don't have to have a reason for you to back off, you know. And one stupid guy, I don't know where he's from, but his name was written in Arabic, you know. He has asked me before, are you married? You know, and I told him that is none of your business whether I'm married or not. What are you going to use it for? Okay, so that long time that I told him that, I think he didn't like it. He now, after he has seen that post, he now came to my DM and told me, oh, you see, I asked you, you didn't answer me, and I was like, what the fuck? Have you seen the reason why I didn't answer you? And in fact, I didn't answer him. I didn't say anything. I just went ahead and blocked him. Now I don't have time. I just block people. People are just in your DM to come in, you know. They want people to chat with. They are so bored, you know. I just blocked him. In fact, that day I blocked about 3 people. You know, a lot of guys get offended for certain things like this, especially when they can relate to it, okay? There was a guy who came to my DM finally, you know, guys don't understand consent until a gay guy comes into their DM, you know, pushing them to, you know. You cannot really understand unless you are in our shoes. If I say I don't want something, just back off. You've tried, you've shoot your shot. It's not like, you know, when a girl is walking on the street and you say hello, hello, and the girl doesn't mind you. The girl didn't allow you to shoot your shot. Maybe you were just going to ask for direction or something. But these things happen so much that I cannot even blame girls. Sometimes, depending on where I'm walking or the area that I am, if someone calls me, I won't respond though. I won't respond. And someone will say, oh, that's mean. That. Oh, me call Huntia. Enra. Eh. Ene me hu ye. Atike me enu. Ene me hu ye. Maka kwahwe. Bachai. Me hu ye. Happy Father's Day. You say Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Me yana ma plate ma.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Me hu ye.
Oh, okay.
Number two. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
But okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. So that was my dad. Oh, contouring with a different shade of Maybelline's Smooth Clear. It's in the shade Cocoa. Okay, so I have contoured my face with that. I am going to go ahead to I'm going to go ahead and do my my eyeshadow, and usually I use the same shade to create, you know, the, how do you call it, the base. I'm not a makeup pro. I just do my makeup the way I want. I just use, this is one way that I do my makeup. It looks natural, and you know, and covers all my dark spots and acne. So it doesn't cover the acne properly, but it covers the dark spots really well. So I use my Cocoa. This is actually a face powder, but you know, when you have a bronzer, you can use your bronzer as a base. It makes your makeup really look really good and natural. You know, when your eye area looks natural and your lips look the natural color, your makeup actually comes out looking natural. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to put a little of, this is they call it the YMC blah blah blah. I'll put the name here. Their setting powder. Okay, so I have this small container that I put some in. So I'm going to powder my face lightly, just to, you know, suck in the oils. See, not much, just a little. So my dad just calls me. He calls me every time to check up on me. So he just called because he didn't hear from me during the weekend. During the weekend I was busy, and that was when I got harassed. So I went to the hospital several times. Going to the Chinese hospital is just too much, you know. They just toss you here, toss you there, so much that by the time I finished on the first day, I had moved around so much, and eventually when I found the right hospital, I had to, you know, make an appointment. So that was it. So this, to set my face, this is my first setting, okay, because my face is very oily. So I'm going to set this with my setting spray. I'll go back in, you'll see what I do. Okay, so this is going to, I'm not going to let this dry out completely. I'm just going to wait just like 30 seconds, and then I'm going to dab it with my kabuki brush. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to be putting an eyeshadow. Okay, oh no, I'm not going to use this today. I want to go with pink. Okay, so I'm going to be wearing, this is a brand I don't know. I bought it from Chinese online shop, and it has very, I really love these colors. They are very bright and they look cool, and the name is Jupiter. Okay, they had several of them. I'm going to get other ones, but I just wanted to see whether the eyeshadow is pigmented before I invest in it. So I'm going to wear this pink. I don't know whether it's pink or purple, but it looks pink enough. Okay, I'm going to wear this. I'm just going to put it on my eyelid. Okay, not anywhere, just on my eyelid. And they came with this, it's really cool, like a mermaid and brush. I can be late for work, but every day I spend, you know, about 30 minutes doing my breakfast. Today I'm breakfast. I spend about 30 minutes every day doing my makeup, I mean, you know, so nothing serious. See, It's a bit too much, but you know, we're gonna deal with it. Okay, so I'm going to try to get the ends looking a bit how do you call it? I'm going to darken the ends a bit with this. It's green, it looks greenish kind of. Okay, so I'm going to blend in here. Okay, see? Okay, so it gives me another shade because of the purple, and I'm going to take it a bit in here. Okay, okay, so this is what I'm looking for. I just want to spread it just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do same for this side. Okay, so like I was saying before, my dad, you know, called me. Sexual harassment is a serious thing, you know. Don't do it to someone, especially to the boys. I'm talking to the guys. Don't do it to a lady. It's so unfair, you know. You give the person a chance, you know. You said, oh, can I go to dinner with you, blah blah. You said what you wanted to say. The person said no, so it must end right there. You don't have to, you know, go ahead and make the person feel like they are being forced. Okay, when the sexual advances are not welcome and you keep going at it, it's sexual harassment. It's like you're harassing me to accept something I don't want, which is some sexual thing that you want to do. Okay, so which is not a good thing to do. I'm going to line my eye with this eyeliner. Okay, so let's be mindful, because it's not fair. You are not a lady. You have no idea how it feels. Most ladies have at least been sexually harassed once in their life, and it's not a good thing. I cannot even count the number of times I have been, you know. Once I had a boss who always asked me, are you sure you don't want to go out with me? He was married though. So you see, things like this should not be going on. But if you say it, people don't understand that that is sexual harassment. They think that, oh, it's normal. But you ask me, if you ask me once, that is not sexual harassment. That is you trying to shoot your shot. But if you go ahead to make sexual talks, and when I said no, let it end there. You keep on making sexual talks, you know, sexual suggestions, when meanwhile the person has said no, and you can see clearly that the person is not interested. You keep on going and going. That's not fair. That's a sexual harassment. And these things kind of always make, you know, make ladies feel uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable when it's unsolicited. It's different when somebody is, you know, is responding to your sexual advances. That is flirting. Both of you are involved. You are flirting. But when somebody is not involved and you keep going on and on and on, the person says no, you keep going on, that is harassment. That is not a good thing. How can people be harassed in a church and people just look on because they feel like it's flirting? Can't you see the other person is not involved? That is the cue. That is the cue. The other person isn't involved in whatever you are trying to do. They are seriously not interested, and you can see that, and you've ignored that person's concerns, and you keep going on about something that the person is not interested in. So can you see where it's not fair? It is not fair. It is not fair. My eyebrows, I want it in a very natural shape, so I'm just going to brush it and use this pencil. Oh, it's broken. Okay, I need to sharpen it. I use this pencil just to highlight the ends. Okay, so guys, that is what I had for today. This is my makeup. I'll show you the end product after I, you know, finish my eyelashes, my lips. The final look is here. Okay guys, so this is the final look. If you're wondering what's on my lip, it's this pink lipstick from, I got it as a gift from a Chinese shop where I bought some things and I really liked it. And then obviously I put on this Fenty Beauty the lip balm. Oh my god, have you seen this? When I got it, I was like, what? Fenty by Rihanna is not joking. Like, I really like this product, and it keeps my lips moisturized like the entire day. Okay, this is really good, and I bought the whole set and I really love it. This is the pink one. I usually wear this brown one, but today I'm going for the pinky purplish look, and then it's really good. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the look. This is how I'm going to work today, and if you like this video, please do well to hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't joined this family, please do well to subscribe, turn on your bell icon, make sure you get every video that I upload to this channel. And I hope you bear in mind that sexual harassment is unsolicited sexual advances. So if someone says no, please end there, whether you are a girl or a boy. Okay, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.